You're listening to an Airwave Media podcast.
Recorded in Chicago, Illinois, with your hosts, Ken, Matt, Neal, and Jeff. This is Triviality.
Good afternoon, good evening, good night. Welcome to Triviality, the game where a lack of seriousness meets a little bit of knowledge. My name's Neal, here with a full house with Jeff, Ken, Matt, and Julia. How's everyone?
Are you going to get sued with that intro?
I don't think so.
Everywhere you look.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Now we're going to get sued for sure.
Yeah, that's too much.
We'll make this episode one where we try to get sued as much as possible.
Well,
see what happens.
Yeah.
Please don't.
Welcome to Triviality. We're only 6 million listeners short of Talk to Us, so 6 million more listeners per episode, and we will be America's #1.
So if we start trying to do viral things, all of us separately every day, like multiple times, at some point we'll have to go viral.
Well, Neal's been doing that. Neal's trying his best.
I'm trying.
You just need to triv on that thing.
I don't think anybody's filming me. So.
Yeah, I know. We're trying. We're trying to go viral. Julia, are you trying to go viral? What are you doing?
She's got 2 kids. She's always trying to not go viral.
Yeah, I got 2 kids. We're always viral.
Taking my antivirals every day. It's terrible.
There's a flea in the studio.
I almost got it.
Did you miss it?
I missed it.
We're being tormented by a fruit fly in here.
He's playing bass. He won't stop.
Yeah.
I think that was the news ticker, right? Is that what we were doing?
No, I was doing the bass.
It's Flea, contracted by
Yeah,
CNN.
that
Flea.
flea.
Yes, the actual Flea.
Oh my god! Come on, kid, pick it up.
Well,
God.
Julia, we haven't seen you in a while. What have you been up to?
Oh, enjoying the fall festivities that we have here in Western New York, getting ready for, the next holidays. They keep on coming.
Yeah,
It's all the foliage.
a lot of foliage.
Right?
Beautiful foliage here.
Matt, your favorite foliage is of the Mick variety. Is that right?
Mm-hmm. McFoliage.
Yeah.
I get it.
Yeah, thank you. Well, we have a great group of people here today. Obviously, we have the core group here, but we have a special guest going to be playing along with Matt today. So excited to have him here. Coming to us from Ohio, a cream of the crop supporter on Patreon. We cannot thank him enough for all of his support. Riley is with us here today. How are you, Riley?
I'm good. How are you?
Doing great. Tell us a little bit about yourself. So happy to have you here.
Yeah, my name is Riley. I am from Ohio, a small city. I do draft line cleaning and draft beer installation and maintenance.
Well,
and my better
Doing the
half
Lord's work
has a
over
bakery
there.
here,
Appreciate
so a lot of time spent there too. And I don't know, these guys needed a little bit of knowledge, so here I am.
Nice. Well, speaking a little bit of knowledge and stuff that you know, give us what's one type of beer and one pastry or bakery item that we need to be having right now.
You're asking for a pairing or just
A pairing? Yeah. What's Riley's pairing? If we had to put it.
Julia's pairing today.
This time of year, we're making bagely. We do poppy seed. That's really good. Hungarian pastry. You see it like Czechs make it. It's like a rolled pastry filling.
Yeah.
Ooh.
And then beer. I'm a big fan of German beer, so a good Helles right now.
Yeah.
Can't beat that, or a Fest beer.
Nice. All right.
I thought you were suggesting a poppy seed beer at first. I said, that sounds interesting.
Just don't take any drug
You can
tests.
fail multiple types of tests.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Well, thanks for being here, Riley. You're going to partner with Matt today, and we needed a team name from you both. I'm not sure which one of you wants to explain how you got to your team name, but feel free.
Well, we were talking about our favorite hip-hop artists, right?
That's true.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Matt said how much he loves T-Pain, so.
I love T-Pain, the first winner of The Masked Singer, and I love everyone's favorite detective, Ice-T. So we are going to be Ice T-Pain.
Ice T-Pain. All right. It should be a good sort of pain cream. They could have a lot of opportunity there. What about you guys?
Yeah, based on their name, I said right away, Slick Rick Ross. So
Great names. Slick Rick Ross, Ice T-Pain. Riley, since you're our guest today, any preference on the rules read?
Dutch boy.
All right. Fill
gotta
them.
be Dutch boy.
De regels van het spel zijn simpel. 20 vragen verdeeld over 2 rondes, waarbij elke vraag 10 punten waard is. Halverwege is er een speciale swingronde, ontworpen door de host van deze week. Na deze rondes beginnen de spelers aan de finale, met de punten die ze hebben verdiend. En hebben ze de mogelijkheid om 0 tot 30 punten in te zetten op 5 gecategoriseerde vragen. Aan het eind van het spel wordt iemand benoemd tot the cream of the crop.
And you, Triviality, I'm talking to you. You know that I'm the cream of the crop.
Thank you, Willem, for that. And congratulations, he's a new father.
Oh, that's amazing.
Congrats.
Yeah, and his I believe his son's name is Mick. And we made the Mick
little Dutch baby.
Little Dutch baby Mick. So, yeah, congratulations. All right, Julia, feel free to take it away. You're hosting today's game.
I am hosting today's game. Hi, guys. So round one, there's kind of a theme. It doesn't really, you'll probably put it all together at the end. Round one, question one, your category is Facebook. In 1909, chemist Eugene Schuler established what is today the world's largest cosmetics company. In fact, his granddaughter is not only the company's vice chair, but the richest woman in the world. She's really worth it at about $85 million. Which multinational company did Schuler launch with just a hair dye?
So, "You're worth it" was said, which I think is the tagline for Revlon. Is that correct?
Sounds good.
Or maybe it's...
Don't talk yourself out of it.
No,
Stop.
Hold on.
This is good team play from Riley here. Just telling Matt, putting Matt in his place.
I saw
Yeah.
Ken nod. Just let it go.
Oh, okay.
Riley taking over my producer duties today.
It's good. Matt's on a losing streak. He needs someone to coach him up.
Yeah, I was gonna say maybe it's Maybelline, but I guess it's not. So we
It
can
might
go
be. I don't know.
We can go with Revlon.
I heard the Worth It too, but I couldn't remember what company that went with. I thought Revlon, but Jeff said what?
I know that this is, I believe it's Julianne Betancourt is the woman who owns L'Oreal. And I know she's quite wealthy, so that's what we said.
She sounds wealthy.
Because you're worth it. It is L'Oreal. Yes, the richest woman in the world is Françoise Betancourt Myers, and she's just rolling in it because her grandfather founded L'Oreal all the way back in 1909, and the original company's name was that translates to the French Company of Inoffensive Hair Dyes, which is just a wonderful translation.
Just very French.
So, exactly.
Oh, Julia, in this exalted company, I would say that you are the richest woman in the world.
Oh, Riley, look at that. I'm sorry I can't give you extra points yet, but I'll keep that in mind.
I'm writing down
keep
2
them
brownie
coming.
points, but they won't
Next
count.
time one of the answers is on the cusp, we know which way it's going.
Yeah, we'll
Just
see.
remember, flattery works around here. We are all susceptible to flattery.
All right, question 2. Your category is YouTube. Also sometimes called capsule pipelines. What's the term for systems that propel cylindrical containers through networks by compressed air or partial vacuum? Throughout the 20th century, they were commonly found throughout financial institutions, postal systems, and hospitals, and, as Buddy the Elf discovered, in the shiny mailroom at the Empire State Building.
So
That.
Maybe it's just that?
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, they had a revelation. Do we have a revelation?
Is it the
Riley?
gas pass? I don't know.
The gas pass. I don't think it's gas powered.
It is.
Well,
in fact.
they move pills around the hospital, so I thought these were pill pushers. But
Pill pushers. Okay. Very popular in Looney Tunes cartoons. I don't know very much else about these, to be honest.
No. Action movies where they rob banks and send the money through them. I don't know.
Tube shoots.
Tube shoots.
That's what I would call them.
Yeah.
Are we thinking of the same thing?
Yeah. Let's go with tube shoots because we don't know.
All right.
I think these are pneumatic tubes. I don't know if that's what Julie is looking for, but that's what we
Never
said.
would have got there.
That is the answer I wanted, was pneumatic tubes. Sorry, guys. Tube shoots, I mean, they workshopped that and didn't stick with that back in the early 20th century. But just wanted to let you know, until it closed in 2011, there was a McDonald's in Minnesota that claimed to be the world's only pneumatic air drive-through, and they sent food from their strip mall location to a drive-through in the middle of a parking lot.
Okay,
Wow.
great.
Bring that back.
Yeah, I want to text, have all our text
How does it
conversations
not like
to be
flip
with
over?
tubes.
You know,
Probably
That's how
look
I want my
better than when
Uber
they
Eats
made it
to
when
do.
you got it. That's how they just throw all the ingredients in there, and when you get it, it's put together.
Oh, yeah. Like those guys that shake the dominoes and then they're all lined up somehow.
I love it. All right, question 3, your category is WhatsApp. Founded independent of one another in 2019, the APP and the PPA are 2 professional tours for which sport? The fastest growing in the U.S. since 2021.
Big fan of this one.
Is it pickleball? Maybe some kind of pickleball.
I think it has to be pickleball.
Pro Pickleball Association, American Pickleball Program.
American pickle people or whatever.
Pickled.
American
Peter Pepper.
Picker.
if you pick a peck of pickleball
Pickleballs.
players.
All right.
Pickleball.
So
Yeah.
one pickleball. I'm a big fan of pickles. Haven't played pickleball yet, but I'm sure it's just as great. So we're also saying pickleball.
Points all around. The answer is pickleball. I do like American Pickle People. That's a pretty good
That's
name.
a different organization, though.
yeah.
What about
I feel
the
like I'm an
flying
American
purple
person.
pickle players?
That's a recovery group for people who have been sitting in vinegar for the last 10 years.
And in case people aren't aware, the original game used leftover equipment from other different sports. So there was like a badminton court, table tennis paddles, a wiffle ball, and they lowered the net height to that of tennis. And so it was created in 1965, specifically on Bainbridge Island in Washington.
I can't wait till one of my childhood made-up games catches on in the pop culture. For example, the around the block foot race, where you beat the shit out of each other too. That's a good game to catch on for the American
Throw the
people.
ball against the wall and punch the person who touches it. That's a fun game.
Yeah.
In elementary
Various
school, we
names.
played a game called butt ball, and no one
Wall
else
ball,
I've ever
butt
met
ball.
has understood that. Yeah, you have someone stand up against the wall and you throw the ball as hard as you can at their
Yep.
butt. I mean, hey,
It's
game.
next up in line for sure.
We used to play nut butt, right? Where you put a nut in your butt and try to crack it. No.
Neal's gym
that's
teacher
extra
is
on the
now in
Patreon,
jail.
guys. All right. Question 4, your category is Instagram. Granny Weatherwax and Nanny Og are witches in what comic fantasy book series set on a flat planet balanced on the backs of 4 elephants, which stand on the back of a giant turtle?
All right, Jeff. Well, this one's not ringing a bell. It's very unique, but I don't know it. Is it just The Witches?
Is that a book series?
It's a book.
Sure. I'll listen to you. Man who spends more time in a library than I.
The Witches.
Do you know this book?
Yeah, so it's a flat planet, so that makes me think that this is
Discworld?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I had in. I can picture the image.
Right,
but
the picture of
Terry
the
Pratchett.
elephants and the
Yeah.
Nanny Ogg's a very odd looking character, but we'll say Discworld.
Ice T-Pain gets the points.
Good job.
The answer is the Discworld series, exactly, by Terry Pratchett. There are 41 novels in that series.
That's
I had
too
no
many.
idea. So many.
I can't read that much.
Is it too many? You're just like 39. That's where I stopped.
where I
Yeah, that's
That
the
would
limit.
Plenty.
So many.
Aren't you guys on like book 1,000, 1,100 or something of One Piece?
One Piece.
But that's
Those aren't books.
graphic.
Those are
It
manga.
moves.
Oh, okay.
It's got
Jeez.
pictures. It's different.
Oh, it's okay. Okay.
All right, question 5. Your category is TikTok. This is a multiple choice. Which of these is the definition of a gnomon? Gnomon. Gnomon. Is it A, the part of a sundial that casts a shadow? B, a Roman potato dumpling dish? C, a simple spring-loaded cam mechanism used in antique spring-driven clocks? Or D, a type of shield bug found on only one island in the Mediterranean?
I like A.
I like D.
All right, let's go with D.
I feel like I don't have any bearing. You don't have to just jump ship for me. The only thing I would think I would have heard of it. It's probably in a watch. Now that I'm going to say, I don't think it's part of a watch, like a spring mechanism.
Okay.
So
All right, let's say D.
So I think we're between A and C.
Yeah.
From
think-
game theory, they're both like parts of a.
I think B's Noki, right?
Yes, that's why I know there's a potato, but I think that's Italian. It's not Roman. Well, whatever it is, I think that's where it's trying to lead
Yeah.
you.
if you could break
My-
the fourth dimension, they inhabit the same place. So
Okay, well we can't, so we're not. We can. I think I'm leaning towards sundial thing because I feel like I've heard it before. But you've not.
No.
with your head
no,
shake.
No. I
have a
understand all
strong-
the letters in the word, but
Yeah,
that's as
well,
far
that's a
as
good
I get.
start. Yeah. Nothing to do with lawn gnomes, so
Gnomon.
that's not helpful.
I don't know, bug me.
But they cast a shadow. I think.
A's good. Sundial.
Yeah, we're gonna go A.
All right, Ice T-Pain's going with part of a sundial, and Slick Rick Ross is going with a bug found in the Mediterranean. Points to Ice T-Pain. It is, in fact, the part of a sundial that casts a shadow, right? Who knew the name for that word?
Gnomon does.
Hey. The others were Noki, Stackfried, and I actually made up the type of shield bug that lives in the Mediterranean. So thank you for falling for that. So gnomon is ancient Greek for one that knows or examines. So it is also sometimes used to describe an L-shaped instrument like a steel square that was used to draw right triangles, just FYI.
After 5 questions, both teams sitting at 30. So it is really anyone's game.
Truly
Thank
is.
you. Thank you, scorekeeper Neal. Question 6, your category is We Shot. Félisette was a stray cat from the streets of Paris who was elevated to world-renowned status in 1963 when she was the first cat to do what?
All right, so we're talking about stray cats. We're talking about France, what they're doing over there, wine barrels and various other things. But I think we're leaning towards climbing the Eiffel Tower. What do you think?
Yeah, that's good.
That'd be a famous cat. We're going to do that.
We Shat, yeah, for sure.
Well, I think most people need to be billionaires before they do this. But I think Félisette got to go for free to space.
Points to Slick Rick Ross. Félisette was the first cat to go to space. She was a stray cat, like pulled off the streets of Paris, that they trained specifically for space flight.
I would have just chucked her right in the rocket and said, let's go.
Truly a
That's a
no
bad idea.
rags to no riches story.
Just trying to eat escargot in the alley and all of a sudden gets thrown into space.
What a life. All right, question 7, your category is messenger. Laura Secord is a legendary figure in her country's history, best known for walking 20 miles to warn British forces of an impending attack at Beaver Dams. During which named conflict did Laura's famous walk occur?
Okay, so they're locked in. Riley, are you familiar with this person?
I'm not, but that she's a hero in her own country leads me to think World War I or World War II, like a war that involved multiple countries.
Right. My only thinking is the war of, because it's at Beaver Dam.
Is Beaver Dam one word or two?
I don't know if it took place on British soil then. If it was in either Canada or Northwest America, it could be the War of 1812. Which was my thinking, but
Flip a coin, man. I don't. If you feel better about 1812, I'm okay with that.
Yeah, we also picked a war that took place on North American soil. She had a French-sounding name, so we guessed the French and Indian War.
The answer is the War of 1812.
yeah.
Good job, Matt.
So Laura Secord had married a British loyalist soldier in Canada, and so he was like recovering from an injury or something, and they had overheard information about a planned American attack. And so Laura walked 20 miles to warn the British lieutenant, and based on her warning, the British were able to prepare for the American attack in June 1813. So she's famous in Canada, especially like in the Niagara region. And there's also a candy company named in her honor that maybe more people know the candy company at this point than they do like her actual story. So the Laura Secord Chocolate Company. So there you go.
All right.
Oh, sounds tasty.
All right, question 8. Your category is telegram. Da 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 da. I am your singing telegram is a line that is sandwiched between the ringing of a doorbell and the sound of a gunshot in what cult classic dark comedy mystery film?
Good question.
Ooh, so cult classic murder mysteries. Do you have any initial thoughts?
Clue? I don't know.
I have a clue that it's Clue. That was my initial thought
I'm not
as
sure
well.
I've ever seen it, but
Yeah, I haven't either, or any of its 10 endings or whatever that they did for that movie.
but it fits all those little boxes, I think.
Yeah, definitely a cult classic. People go back to it. It was not popular at the time, so we're gonna go with Mrs. White in the billiards room with the wrench.
All right. I have seen Clue once in an unfocused environment. I think that rings a bell, so we're saying Clue.
I'm so glad. This is my favorite movie, you guys. The answer is Clue. All-star cast, can I tell you? So it's Madeline Kahn, Tim Curry, Martin Mull, Leslie Ann Warren, Christopher Lloyd, Michael McCain, Eileen Brennan. Like it's just so funny.
Doesn't stop.
So good. 1 + 2 + 1 + 1. So the Ticking Telegram Girl was played by Jane Weedland from the Go-Go's, and she also ended up playing Joan of Arc in Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure. So she had a very, very fruitful decade there.
She's got good range.
Excellent. All right, question 9. Your category is LinkedIn. The latest installment in the Legend of Zelda franchise was released on September 26, 2024. What is its title?
All right, I think we're locked in.
Are you a big gamer, Riley?
I am, but not. I remember Breath of the Wild. Was there one after that?
There is. It came out this year.
Is there something with an echo in it? The title?
Yes. So I just for winning Manager of the Quarter like 10 different times, and I forgot about it. I had all these points on a website, and I bought a Switch, and it came with this game bundled in, which is really nice. I haven't started playing it yet, but it seems fun. I believe it's Echoes of Wisdom.
Sounds good to me.
We picked up on the
Wise
clue, but
choice.
we said Echoes of the Past.
Points to Ice T-Pain. The game is called The Legend of Zelda Echoes of Wisdom.
Well done,
And
Matt.
this is the first main Legend of Zelda game where Princess Zelda is the playable character.
That's awesome.
Despite what everyone said from all the original games when they called Link Zelda for several years.
All right, and finally, question 10. Your category is Snapchat. Set hut in standard gridiron football formation. Which position snaps the ball off the line of scrimmage backward to start an offensive play?
Cole Kmet.
Yeah, he is one such example. We are locked in.
Not usually. Just today because the long snapper got injured. Do you know this, Riley?
Center?
Center.
We agree. We said center.
I'm hoping mine gets together.
Nice job, boys. The answer is center.
Now, Riley, you don't own a football team. You're playing fantasy, correct?
Well, I'm in a fantasy team. I don't know if you could call what I'm doing playing.
I see.
I'm like 0-4 or 0-5.
You're getting plenty of trying and having fun points though, so that's what really matters.
A lot of
in the end.
participation points. But speaking of points, though, both teams doing really well in the second half there. Slick Rick Ross picking up 30 points, bringing their total to 60. And Ice T-Pain picking up 40, taking the lead at 70.
Nice.
And just so you guys know, your category titles were in order sound-alikes for the 10 most active social media platforms around the world. So
What?
starting at the first one is, of course, Facebook. And number 10 is Snapchat. There you go.
Facebook's still number one?
Yes.
That's wild. Join us on the crop. Come join us at our Facebook page.
Speaking of social media, if you'd like to come join us over on Patreon, we had a lot of great stuff going on over there, including just tons and tons of audio bonus content that you can listen to, including weekly trivia bonuses and our crop drop, which is a Ask Me Anything style bonus episode that comes out every month. Riley, have you been enjoying all of our bonus material that you get every week?
Absolutely. Yeah, it's a lot of fun. I like it all. I mean, give you guys, yeah, I a lot of credit. I can't imagine the amount of work that goes into it, but yeah, it's a lot of fun.
Well, thank you.
It is a lot of content, and you too can reap those rewards at patreon.com/trivialitypodcast.
Yep, for as little as $1 a month, you get rid of all the ads, and for as little as $5 a month, you get all of that bonus audio content Riley was talking about. So yeah, patreon.com/trivialitypodcast. All right, Julia, what is the swing round today?
Our swing round is called Other Famous Foursomes. So I'm going to give you the name of a group, whether they're real life or fictional, with a descriptor, and you just tell me which one's the answer. So if I said Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles and carries a bow staff and wears a purple bandana, you would say Donatello.
Leonardo. Oh, okay.
Number 1, the main characters on South Park. The one who wears a bright green hat with ear flaps. 2, Bronte siblings, the one who painted the only surviving group portrait of the three sisters, which is housed at the National Portrait Gallery in London. Number 3, Blackpink, the member who has the most successful solo career spinoff and the most Instagram followers of any K-pop singer, and will make her acting debut in season 3 of White Lotus. Number 4, the March Sisters from Little Women. Spoiler alert, 150 years later, it's the sister who dies from complications of scarlet fever. Number 5, the Plastics, the one who receives no candygrams after Glen Coco got 4. Number 6, Fall Out Boy, the lead singer. Number 7, Presidents on Mount Rushmore, the only guy with any sculpted detail below chin level. Number 8, Seinfeld main characters, the one most associated with the alias Art Vandelay. Number 9, the A-Team, the one portrayed by Mr. T. And number 10, women currently serving as associate justices on the U.S. Supreme Court, the one who swore in Kamala Harris as the Vice President of the United States in 2021.
That is the swing round, and we'll be right back with our answers.
You've heard the jingle bells, but have you heard the Babbel bells? They're the bells you hear when you learn a new language with Babbel. And because talking is the key to really knowing a language, Babbel is designed for real conversation. Wasting hundreds on private tutors is the old way of learning techniques. At work, I have so many customers whose native language is Spanish, and it really affects my ability to connect with them. This holiday season, I can't wait to surprise them with the season's greetings in their native language. And it's all thanks to Babbel. With over 16 million subscriptions sold, Babbel's 14 award-winning language courses are backed by a 20-day money-back guarantee, so your gift to yourself or your loved one is risk-free. Here's a special holiday deal for our listeners. Right now, get up to 60% off your Babbel subscription, but only for our listeners at babbel.com/social hour. Get up to 60% off at babbel.com/social hour, spelled BABBEL.com/social hour. Rules and restrictions may apply.
This episode is brought to you by Skinny Pop Popcorn. Perfectly popped, endlessly delicious. Oh, so light and crunchy. Skinny Pop Original Popcorn is the snack you've been searching for. Made with just 3 simple ingredients: popcorn kernels, sunflower oil, and salt. Snacking never felt or tasted so good. Perfectly popped, endlessly delicious. Give yourself permission to snack and pick up Skinny Pop Original Popcorn today.
The holidays are here at the Home Depot, so let's get to decorating. Find your perfect tree in our huge assortment of shapes, sizes, and styles. Like the easy-to-assemble Jackson Noble fir, with pre-lit branches perfect for styling with all your favorite ornaments. Or the Flock Starry Light Fraser fir, with over 1,900 pre-lit memory wire branches that keep their shape so it's ready right out of the box. Ooh. Find the perfect tree now at the Home Depot.
We are back. We have our answers to the best of our abilities. Let's go ahead and get these foursomes one more time, and we'll see what we came up with.
I have faith in you guys. All right, number 1, the main character's on South Park, the one who wears a bright green hat with ear flaps.
We said Kyle.
Yeah, we also said Kyle.
Good job, guys. The answer is, of course, Kyle Broflovsky. The other guys are Stan Marsh, Eric Cartman, and Kenny McCormick. Number 2, the Bronte siblings, the one who painted the only surviving group portrait of the 3 sisters, which is housed at the National Portrait Gallery in London.
I didn't know any of them were painters. We said Charlotte.
We were between Emily and Charlotte, as those were the 2 we could name, so we said Charlotte.
There's a reason why I said siblings and not sisters.
Yep.
The answer is Branwell. He's the guy. He's the brother, Branwell.
The
Game of Thrones
boy.
character.
So the portrait itself, if you haven't seen it before, it looks like it's in really rough shape. It was painted around 1834 and it was rediscovered in the early 20th century. It was like folded up on the top of somebody's wardrobe or something. But it is a very famous portrait of Charlotte, Emily, and Anne, painted by their brother, Branwell. All right, the third one, Blackpink, the member who has the most successful solo career spinoff and the most Instagram followers of any K-pop singer, and will make her acting debut in season 3 of White Lotus.
We didn't know. We don't do the K-pop, so we just said Old Jeans is her name.
Yeah, Matt initially thought it was Jenny, but I believe she's already done some acting on HBO with that show with The Weeknd. But I think it's the only Thai member of the group, Lalisa.
You got it, Riley. It's Lisa. The other main ones are Jisoo, Jenny, and Rose. And yes, Lisa's the only Thai member of the group. All right, number 4, the March sisters from Little Women. The sister who dies from complications of scarlet fever.
We think it's poor little Beth March.
Oh. I just named a name that I thought of somebody who would die from scarlet fever, and I said Mary Beth, so I'm not correct.
Yeah, I got it. It's Beth only.
Just
Sorry,
Beth.
guys, because her name is Elizabeth. Beth, yes, of Meg, Joe, Beth, and Amy. And of course, a wonderful film a couple years back, directed by
Greta Gerwig.
Yeah, so that was
Greta
Greta Gerwig.
Gerwig. Yes. Perfect. And then the 1990s edition is also seminal too.
With Winona Ryder.
All right.
Neal comes
Yes.
out of his stupor to answer a director.
You know what? I was like, and here is a movie thing that's starting to come out of my mouth, and I can't remember the answer. I knew he would help out. All right, number 5, the Plastics, the one who receives no candy grams after a Glen Coco gets 4.
We said Regina George.
We said Gretchen. Was it Wiener?
Gretchen Wieners.
Yeah.
The answer is Gretchen Wieners. Yes. Gretchen gets none. So yes, your Plastics are Regina George, Gretchen Wieners, Karen Smith, and Caddy Heron. All right, number 6, from Fall Out Boy, the lead singer.
I'm sure Matt struggled with this one, but we said Patrick Stump, just for your information.
Yes, not Pete Wentz, Patrick Stump.
Excellent. Yes, Patrick Stump. Can you name me the other guys?
There's Pete Wentz, the bassist, and then Andy Hurley is the drummer.
Uh-huh.
And then the other one.
Who quit? The guy who quit.
The Rush guy, the guy you can never name.
Yeah.
I have Joe Troman as the lead
That's
guitarist.
Joe. Yeah. Just
Good old Joe.
All right. Number 7, Presidents on Mount Rushmore, the only guy with any sculpted detail below chin level.
We said Lincoln because he's got a beard.
Well, that makes sense. We said Washington. We thought maybe he was the first one, and they did some more work, and then they got to the second guy and was like, that's too much, and they just quit.
Okay, so I guess I wasn't thinking about his
Technically,
about his
the
beard.
hair is slightly...
Technically, the hair
No,
is
it's fine. That's fine.
Okay. George Washington he has the beginnings of a coat
Oh,
and some
okay,
lapel
yeah.
and some shirt that you can see. So originally the plans were to have carved them all from like head to waist. So if you ever see the mock-ups of what it is, it's really wild. But they ran out of money in 1941 and they were like,
So Riley was right.
Yeah, right.
That's
yeah, you were totally
crazy.
right.
Extra
They ran out of
points.
money and they were like, yeah, okay. So yes, left to right, they're George Washington, Thomas Jefferson, Teddy Roosevelt, and Abraham Lincoln. All right, number 8, Seinfeld main characters, the one most associated with the alias Art Vandelay.
We said that's George Costanza.
Costanza.
You guys both got it. Yes, wonderful. And of course, that foursome is Jerry, George, Elaine, and Kramer. Number 9, the A-Team, the one portrayed by Mr. T.
We said B.A. Baracus.
Yeah, we definitely pity the fool who didn't get this one right. We said B.A. Baracus.
Good job. Yes, it's Bosco Albert Baracus is his official canon name. Yes, B.A. Baracus. The other ones are H.M. for Howling Mad Murdoch, John Hannibal Smith, and Templeton Arthur Faceman Peck. And then finally, question 10, women currently serving as associate justices on the U.S. Supreme Court, the one who swore in Kamala Harris as the vice president of the United States in 2021.
We said Sotomayor.
Yeah, we named all the other ones and couldn't come to the name that Riley was pretty sure he knows, and he'll be really upset when he hears it. So we said Lucky Johnson.
So the one who did swear in Kamala Harris was Sonia Sotomayor, the first woman of
Who's the
color
lady I
on
was
the
thinking
Supreme
of?
Court. You might be thinking of Ketanji Brown Jackson.
That was it. Oh!
She got sworn in maybe like 2022, I think. So she's the latest to have joined, but she joined after Biden and Harris's term started.
After the swing round, it looks like Slick Rick Ross picking up 30 points, bringing their total to 90. And then surpassing 100 points is Ice T-Pain picking up 35 points, bringing their lead to 105.
Here we go. The battle. Round 2. Question 1, your category is recently trending. Summer 2024 brought us social media influencers totally unnecessarily decorating the interiors of which utilitarian, ubiquitous home object?
We can lock in.
Great.
It's not like a broom closet or a
washing machine or something.
Oh, it could. A dryer.
Gosh. I'm trying
Refrigerator? Could it be
walk through my house
refrigerator?
right now. Yeah, I don't.
Do you think they're putting little decorations in the refrigerator, like little polar bear scenes?
Yeah, sure. I'm
Little
good with
monsters
that,
from Ghostbusters.
Polar bears in the refrigerator.
Yeah, let's go refrigerator.
So mad that they got it. But yeah, it is by far 2024's dumbest thing. And there's a lot of things.
It's not too late.
Yeah, I know. So we said refrigerators.
Yes. This trend is called fridge-scaping, guys. It's decorating the inside of your fridge with like flowers and framed photos and vases and knickknacks to make the space look more beautiful and inviting.
I'm pretty sure I read a
Jeff-
BuzzFeed article that was like, my husband hates my fridge scaping. And I was
Jeff-
like, I just need to know what this is.
It's time to leave
Where
the
are you
world.
supposed to put your leftovers?
It's only a matter of
I
time
do-
before there's a severed head in there. So
My fridge scaping is 6 empty pickle jars and 2 jars of salsa, so it's kind of the same thing.
Minimalist, really. Yes.
Mine's the exact opposite. Mine's a confined room for a pickle jar.
That's what we call brutalism, Matt.
All right. Question 2, your category is what the doctor ordered. This is a multiple choice. In March 2008, the drink company Dr. Pepper promised a free 20-ounce bottle of its soda to every person in the United States if what occurred before December 31st that year. Was it A, the theft of the original Dr. Pepper recipe from its headquarters? B, the release of the most expensive rock album ever produced? C, the identification of the oldest soda bottle in America? Or D, a regular season interception returned for a touchdown by NFL defensive lineman Julius Peppers?
All right, we're locked in here.
So is Dr. Pepper out of Carolina at all?
So
Was he a Panther at that time?
He was, but I think I remember this happening. I think this was about the Guns N' Roses album that they were oft rumors to release for many, many years. I think it was Appetite for Destruction 2, I think was what they were trying to make, and it had been rumored for years and years, and I'm pretty sure it's that one. So whichever one was the rock album, I think that's the answer.
Works for me.
All right, Matt's got some good background on this, it sounds like. I think the album was Chinese Democracy, though, no?
That's what it is.
But we actually said Julius Peppers.
The answer is B. It is the release of the most expensive rock album ever produced. Good job. Yes. So in 2008, Dr. Pepper announced that if Guns N' Roses' album Chinese Democracy came out before the end of the year, they would buy everyone in America, except for Slash and Buckethead, a free bottle of Dr. Pepper. The album was slated to be originally released in 1999 and went on to cost more than $13 million to make, which is more than $21 million in today's money. Yes. I don't know how they got involved in it, but I think it was just like, fine. Like if they, hey guys, remember this album you were supposed to release? If you do it, everybody gets a Dr. Pepper. And then like they ended up like crashing all the websites and not everybody got their coupon and all this stuff. But it was such a
well,
wild
it did not
story.
come out, so it didn't matter. They played at a VMAs, and there's a really funny clip of Jimmy Fallon going full Kermit announcing them. He's very excited for Guns N' Roses.
Oh, it's great. All right. Question 3. The category is it's elementary. Of all the historical people after whom elements of the periodic table are named, 2 are women. Element 96 honors the first woman to be awarded a Nobel Prize, and element 109 is named for an Austrian physicist who co-discovered nuclear fission. For 5 points apiece, identify both scientists.
All right, well, we've got one of them right off the bat. Jeff's racking his brain for the other one, and why don't you guys go ahead and think about it while he sees if he can come up with this.
All right, what you think, Riley?
I don't know. Is curium a thing? Marie Curie?
It is, and
okay.
I think that's the one in the 90s. So we can lock Marie Curie in. The other one, I don't know. Yeah, so we'll go with an Austrian name.
Mrs. Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Yeah. Schwarzeneggerium. Schwarzeneggerium?
Schwarzeneggerium.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's fine.
His lesser known sister.
All right. We said Marie Curie for curium, and the other one, we're just taking a guess. We said Röntgen for Röntgenium.
All right, so you guys get some partial credit there. It is Marie Curie for curium, though that is technically named after both Marie and Pierre.
Yeah, blah, blah, blah. No, that's false.
Boo, right?
That's false.
And the other one is Lise Meitner with Meitnerium.
Of course.
The oft-forgotten Meitnerium.
Always forgotten over here.
I'm so sorry. I apologize that I forgot her.
You're off the team.
Damn it,
That's
Jeff.
fair.
Really?
You're cut.
Swallow this mercury.
Number 4, your category is monochrome. Oh, it's not that gruesome. From the French for grade, what is the 9-letter art term for any painting done in shades of gray? Picasso's Guernica is a notable 20th century example.
All right, we talked for a long time about various arts, including Munch and Vandelay, and we got nothing here, so we're going to go with silver-ish.
All right. We came up with
only 8 letters.
It's not too gruesome or grotesque.
Oh.
Sounds like it should have its own palace.
Very close, guys. Sorry. The answer is it's Grisaille. Grisaille.
Grisaille.
It means grayish.
Mm.
So
Get
like
outta here
Amy
with
Sherwood's
that.
official portrait of former First Lady Michelle
So
Obama
what was
is
the
done
hint?
in that style? Grizzly. It looks like grizzly.
Get
when you
out of
spell it out.
here.
Oh,
Boo that hint. Boo.
Boo.
You should know
Too
some art
deep.
words.
Too deep
Art
art.
words are European.
Grizzly
Too
Adams
arty.
did have a beard.
Grizzly Adams. That's a good answer.
So, just some more facts for you. A Brunei is a
fact
painting that's
schmacks.
executed entirely in shades of brown, and a Verdi is the same with green.
Okay.
So, all right, question 5. We'll come back here. The category is Casimir Pulaski. A combat veteran of the Iraq War, Lotta Tammy Duckworth has served since 2017 as the junior senator from which state?
That's not a fair question for this room.
Reluctant.
Yeah, you think we got it?
Yeah, we got it.
As a person who got Casimir Pulaski Day off every year until like high school, and then they got rid of it, which is sad. I can guarantee that this is Illinois. Do you agree?
It's like this person definitely appeared on a ballot for me.
Mm-hmm.
I believe he was a person who rode a horse at some point in time. That was Pulaski's thing. I don't know, but we're saying Illinois.
Yep, we said Illinois. And Casimir Pulaski is a badass. You should look him up.
Mm-hmm.
Agreed to both of those things. Yes, everybody gets some points. If you don't know, everybody else listening, Tammy Duckworth is the first Thai American woman elected to Congress, the first person born in Thailand and elected to Congress, the first woman with a disability elected to Congress, and the first female double amputee in the Senate, and the first senator to give birth while in office.
Yay.
Combat vet. Yeah.
At the
Yeah.
office?
In the office.
Not in,
while passing
not
bills.
in office.
While
but not
serving
in
the
as
aides in.
senator.
Don't worry,
Not
they
on
threw a
the
tarp
floor of
down.
the
Some
Senate.
warm water.
She was cutting
very-
taxes and having babies at the same time.
After 5 in the second round, it looks like Slick Rick Ross picking up 25 points, bringing their total to 115, and Ice T Pain picking up 35 points, extending their lead to 140.
All right, question 6. Your category is Hi-Ho. The prototype for which legendary character was created from a discarded turquoise-colored felt coat and 2 ping-pong ball halves. This entertainer first appeared on Washington, D.C. area televisions and local programming and commercials in the late 1950s before hitting the street and attaining celebrity status on a sketch comedy series.
I assume the 2 ping pong balls are like eyes.
Yeah. Yeah, I was between Grover and Cookie Monster. And I think Cookie Monster makes sense as a commercial spokesman selling cookies or various other things.
Is he the trash can one?
No, that's Oscar. And I believe Oscar was orange when he first came out. It's one of the only other facts I remember about Oscar.
That is
Sesame
correct,
Street.
man.
Looked like Gritty.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, I'm good with that. I don't have anything better. So
Right.
Let's go with the Chips Ahoy Cookie Monster.
We went with the classic Kermit.
Your category was Hi-Ho, Kermit the Frog here. So he first appeared in DC area show called Sam and Friends with Jim Henson before Henson and his Muppets began showing up on national television, things like SNL and other shows. And then they went to Sesame Street before they founded their own The Muppet Show.
Hey, Neal, got something for you.
Yeah.
Question 7. Your category is gold and silver. Lily Gladstone, the first Native American nominated for the Academy Award for Best Actress for her role in Killers of the Flower Moon, was raised on the Blackfeet Reservation in which landlocked U.S. state?
So gold and silver. So is that like a mining state? A lot of mining happens, which that doesn't help me at all because I couldn't tell you what state.
So you could be looking at Colorado or Montana
and I haven't seen the movie, so I don't.
Yeah.
Blackfoot.
Montana.
Is Blackfoot? Is that where the Badlands at?
I think Badlands are Nevada.
No, it's oh boy, the
I'm
in-laws
not a
went there few
geography
years
person.
ago. Is it? It's like Montana or one of them. I don't. We're throwing darts, man.
Well, you said Montana right now, and I was thinking Montana.
Let's go with Montana.
We're going Montana.
All right, they're saying Montana. We're saying South Dakota.
The answer is Montana.
Well
The
done.
bottom of the Montana state seal reads the territorial motto of Oro y Plata, meaning gold and silver in Spanish. Also, Lily Gladstone is of Piegan, Blackfeet, Nez Perce, and European heritage, and she goes by both she and they pronouns. Question 8, your category is I Saw the Sign. WNBA Player of the Year Asia Wilson is the starting center for which WNBA team, the winner of back-to-back championships in 2022 and 2023?
We're locked in. Thanks for the clue.
I don't know what the clue is, but they were a dominant team because they signed all the best players.
Yeah.
Do you know this, Riley?
Absolutely not.
This is the Aces. Oh, Ace of Base.
Yep. We said the Aces, and that's the only reason we got it.
Hey, a win's a win. Las Vegas Aces.
That's
yes.
not because they signed all the best players.
Yeah. If only she played for the Liberty, could have had a Liberty Mutual.
Nafisa Collier probably should have been MVP, but she's not as popular.
Just saying, another fact is in September 2024, Asia Wilson became the first WNBA player to score 1,000 points in a single season.
Wow.
That's insane. So, yeah, amazing.
Neal actually has a lot of hot takes on the WNBA. We could have our own separate WNBA podcast.
I watch every game. Yeah, I know.
I don't think I've ever scored 1,000 points in a season of Triviality.
We've only ever had one season.
We're still on season 1.
We've never taken a break.
Season 1, 400 episodes.
We haven't gotten picked up yet.
Question 9, your category is AM/FM. Loosely based on the recording of the iconic 1977 album Rumors, which dramatic stage play written by David Adjemi with music composed by Will Butler was awarded the Tony Award for Best Play in 2024?
You up to date on your theater?
Woefully behind.
Okay. So we're going to say Christmas with the Johnsons. That's the name of the play.
So we got Rumors.
Fleetwood
Mac. I don't know if that helps with anything.
I'm not a musical guy. So.
Fleetwood Mac and Me. The Demon Barber of Fleetwood Mac.
What's some songs off of it? What's on? What's on?
Two bangers out of Matt in a row.
Is there a play about everyone sleeping with each other and then breaking up?
Yeah, Ocean Spray. Jeez.
Golly, I don't know, man. I'm not a theater guy. I don't watch musicals at all. So
we don't know this.
Come up with a funny answer.
We're gonna stick with Fleetwood Mac and Me.
Great guess.
We had our made up.
Neal, what's the answer?
Stereophonic.
Yes. I definitely recommend listening to the Decoder Ring episode on this. It talks about like the whole writing process and the whole process of like writing music for a fictional band in the 70s as they're recording things. It's so cool. So this play is not a musical. It is a dramatic play that does have some like 70s inspired original songs played in the live studio there, because that's what the play depicts, is the recording of the album. It sounds incredible.
Yeah, the set looks amazing.
All right. In question 10, their category is world currencies.
Well done.
Call shenanigans.
The resplendent quetzal, a small colorful bird with iridescent green plumes, is the namesake for the currency of which country, the highest populated in Central America?
One I did memorize.
They're locked in. When
I tell you this quetzal is resplendent, you better believe it.
It's the most resplendent. What do you know about Central America? Several countries?
Absolutely nothing.
Okay. All I know is based on my coffee knowledge, and I know that there are a lot of people in Guatemala. I also did a a report on Guatemala in my environmental biology class nearly 15 years ago. So if that helps. But I think that might be it.
All right, works for me.
That guess is as good as ours, and we said Honduras.
The answer is Guatemala.
Well done, Matt.
I just put a link in the chat. I don't know if you can get to it. Is of the resplendent quetzal. It is a beautiful bird. Its tail feathers were used as currency in ancient Mayan culture. It is also on the Guatemalan flag and is the national bird of Guatemala.
Oh, that is so
It's
resplendent.
a good-looking bird, gotta say.
It's a good-looking bird, guys.
You know how I memorized that as being Guatemala? There's a movie called Q, the Winged Serpent, about a Mayan or Aztec serpent god that's like a horror movie kind of called Quetzalcoatl. That's how I remembered it.
Great.
There you go.
What's the score?
The score going into the final is going to be 135 for Slick Rick Ross, and still trailing, but still got a chance. And Ice T-Pain with 170.
And we're looking forward to getting on to the final round here. But before we do, just want to remind all of our listeners that you can be just like Riley and join us on Patreon. Patreon really is the way that we can continue to plow forward with the show, release more and more content both on the Patreon and in the main feed for you, the listener. So please, please do consider supporting us on Patreon. It really does help us produce this show.
Patreon.com/trivialitypodcast.
Now I'm going to read to you the final round categories. Ready?
Ready.
1, Deep Blue Sea. 2, Yellow Brick Road. 3, Tall Black Coffee. 4, Get the Green Light. And 5, Caught Red-Handed.
All right, so the bets are in. We're trying a different strategy than usual because it's not been working out for us this game. So we're just going to bet a modest Oakland 5 for each of these categories. You guys are going 30s all the way down. So we'll see what happens.
And here we go. Question 1, Deep Blue Sea. Let's open our minds and go back to June 2023 when the Titan, a submersible containing several billionaires in a tube piloted by a Logitech game controller, lost contact and failed to resurface while on an expedition to view the wreck of the Titanic. What was the name of the privately owned company which built and operated this submersible? Question 2, category Yellow Brick Road. In L. Frank Baum's The Wonderful Wizard of Oz, published in 1900, what are the fictional charmed items given to Dorothy by the Munchkins and worn on her journey to the Emerald City? Question 3, your category is Tall Black Coffee. The Ayam Samani is a rare breed of chicken with a dominant hyperpigmentation gene, making their feathers, beak, combs, and even their organs completely black. From what country, also home to the world's most populous island, do these inky black chickens hail? Question 4, category Get the Green Light. I'm sure anyone with moral fiber can tell me, what is the scientific study of sight and behavior of light called? And finally, question 5, category Caught Red-Handed. Vincenzo Perugia served 7 months of a prison sentence and was hailed as a great patriot to his home country after being arrested in 1913 for what?
These are the questions. It's all going to come down to this. So please stay with us over this break.
This episode is brought to you by Allstate. Some people just know they could save hundreds on car insurance by checking Allstate first. Like you know to check the date of the big game first before you accidentally buy tickets on your 20th wedding anniversary and have to spend the next 20 years of your marriage making up for it. Yeah, checking first is smart. So check Allstate first for a quote that could save you hundreds. You're in good hands with Allstate. Savings vary. Terms apply. Allstate Fire and Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Northbrook, Illinois.
From the creators of the popular science show with millions of YouTube subscribers comes the Minute Earth podcast. Every episode of the show dives deep into a science question you might not even know you had. But once you hear the answer, you'll want to share it with everyone you know. Why do rivers curve? Why did the T-Rex have such tiny arms? And why do so many more kids need glasses now than they used to? Spoiler alert, it isn't screen time. Our team of scientists digs into the research and breaks it down into a short, entertaining explanation, jam-packed with science facts and terrible puns. Subscribe to Minute Earth wherever you like to listen.
Everybody shush! William Shatner has something to say.
Cat and Jethro, box of oddities.
What do you do when the woman you love dies?
Well, of course you dig her up and you live with her.
Aww.
The show examines weird things.
There are plenty of old photographs from this time period of children out in the streets playing in and among the dead horse carcasses.
Oh, I miss those days. Things used to be so much simpler.
Cat and Jethro.
Then there's the urine wheel, which sounds like a really bad game show.
Thing done weird things. Cat and Jethro, box of oddities. That is really mysterious.
Join Cat and Jethro Gilligan Toth for the strange, the bizarre, the unexpected as they lift the lid and cautiously peer inside the Box of Oddities.
The Webby Award-winning Box of Oddities podcast from Airwave Media.
And we are back. We have some reasonable answers, so let's have the questions one more time, see how we've done.
Reasonable answers. That's the best we can hope for here. All right. Question 1 from the Deep Blue Sea. Let's open our minds and go back to June 2023 when the Titan, a submersible containing several billionaires in a tube piloted by a Logitech game controller, lost contact and failed to resurface while on an expedition to view the wreck of the Titanic. What was the name of the privately owned company which built and operated the submersible?
Well, we weren't 100% sure, but luckily we only did 5s on all these, so we said Ocean Blue.
We wagered 30, and it's the perfect
Did you get the
name
flea?
for...
I might have. Sorry.
I heard it
R.I.P.
went.
Flea.
Sorry, Matt. Go ahead.
His bass. It's the perfect name for a company that was about to be embroiled in a scandal. I believe it's Ocean Gate.
The answer is Ocean Gate. Yes. Stockton Rush, who was on board the Titan, was the co-founder and CEO from 2009 to 2023. The end of his reign as CEO ended with a certain thing. All right. Question 2 from Yellow Brick Road. In L. Frank Baum's The Wonderful Wizard of Oz, published in 1900, what are the fictional charmed items given to Dorothy by the Munchkins and worn on her journey to the Emerald City? Fans of The Wiz also know that Dorothy donned these to ease on down the road.
We said silver slippers.
Yeah, we tried not to overthink it too much. I mean, ruby slippers is all we could come up with, so we just went with it.
The answer is silver slippers. The 1939 movie version changed them to the ruby slippers, basically because to take advantage of the new Technicolor film process, and the red would look great on screen. But The Wiz retained that original silver shoe status.
Both teams' points canceled out there in the first 2 questions. Let's see how it pans out here.
All right. Number 3, tall black coffee. The Iam Samani is a rare breed of chicken with a dominant hyperpigmentation gene, making their feathers, beak, combs, and even their organs completely black. From what country, also home to the world's most populous island, do these inky black chickens hail?
We caught a little coffee reference, so we thought maybe Java, and we said Indonesia.
We hope you're right, because we were between the Philippines and Indonesia, and we went with Indonesia.
Both teams get points. The answer is Indonesia. Java is indeed the most populous island. The eggs of this chicken, though, are cream colored, which is surprising based on the rest of everything we know about them.
It's a cool bird. We're learning about cool birds today.
Yeah. All right. Question 4. Get the green light. I'm sure anyone with moral fiber can tell me, what is the scientific study of sight and behavior of light called?
We said optics.
We I don't know, we batted around a ton of different things. We were trying to figure out moral fiber, so Matt threw out virtuous, so we went with virtuosity.
Yeah, but fiber and optics go together.
Yep, they do.
The answer is optics. So yes, optics explains how rainbows exist, how light reflects off mirrors, how light refracts through glass or water, and what splits light shining through a prism, etc.
Fun fact, mirrors are green.
Okay. Thanks.
That was super fun.
Mrs. Lippy has a dog.
Find the dog. Sorry. It's my favorite part.
And finally, question 5, caught red-handed. Vincenzo Perugia served 7 months of a prison sentence and was hailed as a great patriot to his home country after being arrested in 1913 for what?
We said he killed somebody who broke the spaghetti.
We didn't throw spaghetti against the wall to see if it was
Got a
ready.
stick, yeah.
We said that he stole the Mona Lisa.
Vincenzo Perugia did indeed steal the Mona Lisa from the Louvre in 1911. Also, fact, Pablo Picasso was brought in for questioning too, because his friend, like this French poet named Guillaume Apollinaire, like was basically like, you got to look at that guy Pablo. So,
Noted thief, Pablo Picasso.
After the game, it looks like Slick Rick Ross only picking up 5 points in that final round, bringing their total to 140, and only getting that 30-point swing here for Ice T-Pain doesn't matter because they win the game. They have 200 points, 200 to 140, making Ice T-Pain today's cream of the crop.
I'm unjustifiably in a position that I would rather not be in. But the cream will rise all the way to the top.
Well done, guys. And we know Riley is always the cream of the crop because he's a great supporter of ours. Thank you so much for being on the show today.
Yeah, no problem. Thanks for having me.
Yeah. Any final...
if we got that last one wrong, it would have been a tie. And do you have a tiebreaker, Julia? Or we just
you know what? I didn't off the hand. I didn't think about that.
What a shame.
Maybe next time.
Yes, we'll find out next time.
Mud wrestling match.
Julia, thanks as always for being on the show today.
You're welcome, fellas.
We always enjoy your games. Neal probably would have killed that game, as always, right?
No, I probably would have, aside from a few questions, I would have performed poorly.
Okay. Well, Riley, any final statements from you today?
Yeah, thanks for having me on, Matt. A lot of fun. Thank you so much, everybody. I want to thank Cindy for always having my back, always being there for me, always encouraging me to branch out and do things that I'm not comfortable with, like being on a podcast. I want to say thank you to you guys. You guys make a lot of work days go a lot faster. And if you're listening to this, if you're not a supporter, become a supporter. Throw them a couple bucks. If you are a supporter, throw them a couple more bucks. I'm sure I say this all the time, but you spend money on stupider so give it to them. They work really hard. It's I can't even imagine what goes into doing this, but thank you guys so much. And this was a blast. I had a lot of fun.
Yeah, thank you, Riley.
Thank you, Riley.
I really appreciate it.
Thank you.
And one more entity that we appreciate is Airwave Media. You can go to airwavemedia.com, find other great podcasts such as Curated by Chance. How about that?
Thank you.
The Film Vault and Ben Franklin's World. If you want to know what's going on in Ben Franklin's twisted mind.
The twisted mind of Ben Franklin. And the twisted body.
mind.
The twisted body of Ben Franklin.
I don't think much is going on anymore, right?
And that'll do
He's long
it
gone.
for today's episode. Thanks again to Julia, Riley, Matt, Jeff, Neal, and myself. That was Triviality.